This is a series of articles I did named Misery Acres. This was the first long investigative piece that I ever did. What was happening at that time, New York, of course, had 9 daily newspapers, and the pages of the tabloids, you had these full-page ads every Sunday. Retirement home sites in the sun, $100 down, $100 a month. You can have a retirement home in this beautiful retirement community. But something about it struck me as wrong, something that should be looked into. Ina and I drove through the Mojave Desert on our honeymoon, which was 5 years before, and there was nothing there. You left Las Vegas, you came over the mountain range, and you came down into the Mojave Desert, and for about 4 hours, as I remember, you just drove, and there was hardly a human dwelling. There were a couple of small towns. So in those days, it was, to get a few days off to do an investigation was a big deal. I had a hard time convincing the editors that I should go out there and take a look at it, but they finally did. I flew out, I rented a car in Las Vegas, I drove down into the Mojave Desert, and there was still absolutely nothing there. So when you're out there, you're trying to sell these editors back in New York on this story, and you got to get a picture. You know, they wanted art. And I was trying to think of some picture that would illustrate that they were advertising these luxurious retirement homes, and there was nothing there. So finally, I got a local photographer. I bought a bridge table, a tablecloth, and a bottle of Chianti, as if I was having a luxurious dinner. And you see behind it, there's an empty desert. So this incredible scam was going on, and it turned into a huge, billions of dollars a year business, even back in 1963. And what was cruelest about it, it was targeted at people who couldn't afford real retirement homes. They advertised in the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association newspaper and in the Firemen's News. And it was aimed at retired firemen and policemen and their widows. So you had to prove a number of things. You had to prove that water was not obtainable out there. You had to prove that there was no clubhouse, that there were no plans for a clubhouse. But I did all those things. It wasn't easy. And as a result, an assemblyman introduced a bill in the legislature to ban this kind of sales. Newsday had the series of articles, 4 or 5 articles, printed up in this brochure to distribute to every member of the legislature. The bill did get passed. Governor Rockefeller signed it. A number of people went to jail. Then what happened after that was the United States Senate got interested, and I testified, and eventually a federal law was passed.